Hello and welcome to Songs Brew. I'm Zara.
I'm Julia, and today we're gonna talk about phones-free concert shows, to be honest.
Yes, which is an interesting topic and nothing we've covered in the newsletter. In fact, it was just mentioned this morning, and I have mixed feelings about it, to be honest.
Yeah, me too, because I have a little bit divided opinion about this topic. So let me paint a picture here. You're finally at the concert. The lights go down, the crowd's screaming, and the band walks on stage, and instantly you see a sea of phones rises in front of you. So it's like everyone's experiencing the show through their screen, even though they're right. So it makes you
Yes.
wonder at some point, should we just ban phones at the concert, or is it like going too far?
I have a mixed kind of thing. So I went to something, a candlelight orchestra thing. It was really, really good. And one of their rules was no phones. You could take photos before and you could film their last bit or take photos, but the rest, absolutely not. And it was very strange when I looked around to see everybody just looking at the stage. No one was sitting like checking, making sure that their angles was good or
Yeah.
turning up or down. No one was on FaceTime, nothing like that. Everyone was just sat silent, kind of, yeah, just watching. And I thought that was really interesting. But then when I went to a Hosier concert last year now already, people got their phones out on one of the songs with their lights and they were waving it. And then the whole crowd, it looked beautiful because all of these tiny little lights were swaying back and forth, and
Yeah.
probably some people would have been recording as well. And so I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. I'm not sold on either way.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, on one hand, I totally get the argument for it. Like, there's something special about live music. Let's be honest. It is
Yes.
magical. It's a moment that only exists once. You're in this room with these people, with the artists, and when it's over, it's just gone. But that's kind of the magic, right? Like, you have to be there to just live this moment. And when everyone's holding up their phones, it might kill a vibe a little bit, and it might also feel like you're more focused on documenting the experience than actually having it. So that's the point. Like, we're trying to prove we were there instead of just being there. But on the other hand, you have this little moment that you can always go back to it and just live this experience once again when you have like recorded it.
That's true. But of all of the music that I think I've ever recorded, videos and stuff, I don't think I've gone back and looked at any of them
I
at
did.
all, actually.
I'm
Did
guilty.
you?
Yeah, I
Oh,
did. I love getting back to. I'm not recording all the show. I'm not documenting all of the things. I
yeah.
just took some recordings of my favorite moments that are like essential to me about this concert or the show. But I love getting back to these moments. Like, I can like scrolling my phone gallery, and instantly when I like see this moment, I'm like, oh my god, I need to see this once again. And then I'm getting back to this moment with my friends, and we just like started talking about it. Do you remember how fun it was when we were there? So it's also the thing that I'm Gen Z.
Maybe.
So I'm used to having a phone everywhere with me, and it's like little a little bit weird when I don't have it with myself. But I also love to like experience the music, experience the moment, live the moment, jumping, screaming, singing, dancing, whatever. I just took like a few short videos of the concert show just for myself, not to post it on Instagram, because I sometimes even don't do it at all. Like, it's not important to me to show my friends that I was there. I think that the most important fact is that I was there and I know it. And yeah, so that's my kind of thing, that I like doing it at some point, but not having it like documented for the whole time. Then it's like killing the whole vibe, because you're not vibing, you're not having fun, you're just staring there and recording. That's not the point of going to the concert show.
Yeah. I think there's also something like when you have the opportunity to hear one of your favorite songs live and you can capture it on your phone, that is, like you've just said, just for you. Because even though probably a lot of other people will enjoy that song too, but their video of it will be from a different angle with different people. So even when you've recorded it it's not going to look like anybody else's recording.
Yeah,
It's still
exactly.
quite,
Yeah,
it's
it's
still
like
quite
truly
personal.
yours. Yeah, but I've heard that some of artists have already started banning phones, like Jack White, Bob Dylan, and I think that even Beyonce's have done shows like that. And also Sabrina Carpenter, our favorite, started talking
Yeah.
about it. But I think that she has a point here. Like, I can agree with her, because it's about the artist, like experiencing the music, the live show that you can go like once in a while or once in your life, to be honest. And
Yeah,
here
that's
is
it.
my point, that when you go, like, it might be your once in a lifetime opportunity to be on this concert, especially that some of the tickets are like really expensive. For example, Taylor Swift here.
Yes.
So if you're
Yes.
like spending so much money for the concert show and not getting anything from it except your experience, wouldn't you like have to have like at least one recording of the show to just keep the memories, even in your phone gallery, but just at least one recording of the moment that you experience in your life, that you can always go back to it, because you know that it's not going to happen anymore.
Yeah. And if I think about it, like people who used to go to gigs in like the 70s, 60s, 50s and back, they were still going to live music shows. And all we have is any kind of like journalistic footage, really, or their own photos. And I kind of think, like, would they, if they had had the opportunity, photograph it and take videos? And I kind of feel like, yes,
Yeah,
I think they probably would.
I think that might work, and that would be actually a super cool solution to this kind of, I don't know, we can say problem here. I think
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that
And
that
then,
might be something that should actually start working at the moment during the concert shows.
yeah, and another thing is our phones have like these cool little things now that it'll pull up a group of your memories and stuff, and it presents you with little videos or like reminds you of the day. And then even like, because I don't remember the date that I went to any of the concerts, my phone does, which is nice. So on that day, it will give me, if I've got photos and videos or whatever, it will give me a little movie of all the bits of footage that I took. And that's actually a really nice reminder. Oh, like, oh, I did that.
Yeah.
Not that I forget, but like, and it brings back that little bit of feeling. Like you mentioned earlier, there is only that moment. The gigs before and the gigs after never feel like that one. They're all different. They're all your moment. But when you see those little reminders, you're like, oh yeah. And you can get a little bit of that feeling back. Without it, without the photos, without the videos, then all you have is like, well, I was there.
I think that's actually cool, because I always have this feeling in my mind, what if I lost memory and that would be something that would bring me back? I know it's like
Yes.
very hypothetically, but I like overthinking, I guess. So it's one of my thoughts when I was like, okay, let's ban the phones during the concert shows, and then I lost my memory and I would never remember having it or experiencing this, and that would suck, to be honest.
That would suck. And I think we're kind of lucky that we can document things in a way, in whatever way we choose to. We have the opportunity. We can get our phone out at any point, and that's great. But then, is it disrespectful of the artist when they go to great lengths to present us with how they want the concert to look and all of their team and everything, and we can just take like goofy videos and stuff? Because there was an image went around a few years ago, the Beyonce one.
Okay.
And she wanted it removed because it was awful, and I believe it was either a fan photo or a journalist photo.
Yeah, might be.
And it became a meme. The photo was terrible, and she wanted it removed. And I kind of think, well, they've gone to great lengths to put on a show, and they want to show us like this specific thing. And if we are too busy looking at our phones to make sure that we've got the perfect shot, are we then being disrespectful to the artist and also our own money by having our phone out in the first place?
Yeah, it's another aspect of the whole situation here, because basically I think that we have started living in a world where we document every aspect of our lives, even when we go shopping or to the grocery or cleaning the apartment, whatever. Like, we started doing that on daily basis, documenting our lives, and it's becoming part of the influencers thing, I guess, as well. But I'm not gonna talk about this. because it's like a different topic completely. But my point is that I think it's not bad using phone over the concert show, but we should learn how to use it and when to use it, and not use it not.
I like that. The concert that I mentioned at the start, the candlelight one, they had a bit at the beginning where you could take photos of the stage and stuff. And for the concentration of the violinist, it was like Vivaldi, so you like it was all string instruments, and you couldn't take anything until their last one, and they announced when you were allowed to take your phone out and begin to take videos and photos. So maybe that's the kind of way that it should be. Like, you shouldn't have your phone out, but then how do you police that in a room with like 50,000
Yeah,
attendees? It's almost, you would have to
it's
rely on the
impossible.
crowd to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you it would be, yeah.
Yeah, I know your point. I know what you mean. I also think that, and I've read that at some concert, I think it was Placebo Band, they literally banned using the phones over the show, during the show. And when they saw someone in the crowd using their phone and recording the show, they immediately stopped a few times during the show, and they didn't start until the phones were taken down. So that's, I think, that can kill the vibe as well.
Yeah. Doesn't that punish everybody else though? Like,
It does a little
are the,
bit.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So that one person, I don't believe should have had their phone out. That's fine. But then should everybody else have their time interrupted because of this one person? It's not everybody else's fault that this one person doesn't listen to the
I
rules.
totally agree.
And because of that one person, the entire room gets punished. I'm not sure. I don't think that's the way to go. I don't know if there is a solution, because could you imagine trying to collect like a few thousand to a few 100,000 phones at the start of me neither.
No,
And
that's impossible. And I I think that the solution here might be like encouraging audience not to use the phones during the show.
yeah. But then
Encouraging
what?
them to just leave the moment, be in that moment, just let it be like it is, but not fully banning using the phones. Like, if someone wants to have some footage of the show, then it is fine. But when the whole audience is encouraged not to use it or overuse it, then I think it might be a solution that more people won't use their phones during the show.
Yeah, that could be it. I think it's such a strange thing to have. Like, we're very used to documenting, and it should be no problem to leave your phone at home or in a bag or
Yeah,
whatever for like 2 or 3 hours.
but it
It's
is,
strange to
right?
even have yeah, it's strange to have the conversation, like, oh, should we be using our phones or not? Like, it's a very odd thing. Like, obviously we're all very addicted to our mobile phones, so 2 and 3 hours does seem like a long time to have it. And then on the flip side, like I mentioned, Beyonce had that awful photo taken. That was a photo. But when we record on low quality devices, and a lot of us do, just our phone, the sound can be terrible. I mean, it's getting better now. Our phones are built for taking videos and
Yeah.
making movies and all that kind of stuff. And then when they're put on social media, the video and the vocals all look and sound horrific. And so are we then hampering the artist by making them look terrible if we share our really badly shot footage and it's crackly, and sometimes like the vocals will sound really off because you can't hear the music, or the music sounds too loud and the vocals get like, and we're making our favorite artists look absolutely terrible.
Yeah, that's true. But I think that this is something that cannot be fully stopped. Like, it's
Yeah.
gonna exist. We have our social medias, and until they are alive, then all the footage will be up there. And even if not, then there are like a lot of dark websites, let's say, where you can just upload them with no consequences. And I think that this is the problem nowadays with the internet, um that we have, to be honest, because we have a lot of opportunities and people are using it, getting more opportunities to use everything they can. And let's be honest, people like to hate instead of
Yes,
like compliment or whatever.
that's true.
So it's rather that you see something that is like a critique of someone instead of liking them. But on the other hand, there are like a lot of footage and videos from the concert shows that literally encouraged me to go to the concert show. So they're like both sides of the medal. There isn't like
I think that's
good
true.
or bad.
Yeah. And also I think about, and we've spoke about this actually in the newsletter, that songsbrew.com. We've spoken about that before. The price of tickets means that a lot of people can't go. And live footage from fans, especially at the angle that it's shot at, if it's all put together, it's almost like they're watching the concert. I mean, it won't be the same, but it does give them something that they can't get elsewhere.
Yeah, and here's the aspect, the financial aspect. If the concert is like really expensive and you're gonna spend a lot of money going there, because sometimes you have to go to another country, book the apartment, you're not getting reimbursement for that. So this is the aspect where I think the phones at the concert shouldn't be fully banned. Because when you go to the concert, like even let's say, for example, Taylor Swift, you're spending like a lot of money for that concert and you're not allowed to take your phone with you, and you know you're not gonna get to this concert ever again. So is it like respectful for the fandom as well?
That's a good question, because at the end of the day, they wouldn't be on the stage without the fans. So to then say, okay, well, thanks for buying my album, thanks for streaming, thanks for buying the tickets, thanks for buying the hotel and traveling here, thanks for standing in the audience, but actually you're not allowed to film it.
Yeah, so that sucks, because sometimes it might be even one recording or one photo of the artist, it can mean so much for a person who cannot afford another ticket for the artist. So this is like, I think fully banning the phones at the concerts is a little bit disrespectful for the fandoms as well.
I think I agree. I think based on just that last point of, without the fans, they wouldn't even be on the stage. So then to take that one moment, as you said earlier, like it's that little encapsulated moment of something so special to them, to take that moment away because you don't want to be filmed, then now I'm not sure how. I don't think that balances up, because they do demand a lot of their fans. The tickets are expensive. Streaming, I know, like everyone's like, oh, but streaming's free. It's not. People pay for their subscriptions and that kind of stuff, and streaming their artists massively. It makes a big difference, regardless of how much they're paid. Doesn't really matter. Buying merch, you know, like hats, t-shirts, badges, whatever they can afford, and then going to a show that's like 2 hours long or whatever, and they can't take a small video. Maybe that's not a good balance.
I think that there isn't a good balance here, because either way someone's gonna be pissed off.
What was Sabrina Carpenter's reason for it? I can't remember.
I've read that she went on a concert. I don't know. I don't remember which band, but she went on a concert and the phones were taken. Like they were locked in some locker rooms or something like that. And then she was like enlightened that the concert is great because you don't use your phone. But so she was like, she wants to do it during her concerts. She knows that her fans are gonna be probably pissed off because she does the show. Let's say she does the show, but that's the thing, she has money to afford concerts.
That annoys me a little bit, because part of the reason that she is so big is because fans were sharing specific clips of her
and
live
her concerts
shows
as well.
Yeah, they were waiting for the specific. There's a piece in a song, and she gets down on the floor and just whatever she does, and fans were filming it and sharing it, like, this is what we got tonight in this city, and there's a different one in each city for her outfits and also like the moves and all that kind of stuff. Without that, people wouldn't be hyped to go to the next one to see what they were going to get, like which flag, what color, what position, what's happening, like. So without all of that footage, I'm not saying she's not going to sell out another show, because of course she will, but would people be as eager if they hadn't seen what she was doing in the previous ones?
I don't know. I think that she might have been a little bit emotional here as well, because she told the reporter that it was like during the 70s years when like people didn't have phones to record and they were just enjoying music, and I totally get it. And I agree with her that it's really amazing to just enjoy the music and be in that moment. That's really amazing. I also think that if you're a huge fan of some artists, whatever or whoever it is, then you're still gonna enjoy the show. You're not gonna use your phone very often. You're just gonna do like few footages, but like really personal ones for yourself, but you're still gonna like enjoy the show basically. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I like taking sometimes photos or videos during the shows.
I think
It's like
I
a time
might.
capsule for me. But at the same time, I love like dancing, singing, jumping, and I can do it like hanging on my like holding my phone and just doing that.
Yes.
So sometimes this footage is like going to the trash, but
I think I might be pro phone with specific slots. So like when the artist is saying like, oh, they used to get your lighters out, right? But now they
yeah.
say get your phones out. So
And then you need
there's
your
that
phone to
bit.
do it.
Then you need your phone to do it. I think that's a point we should have our phone. I think maybe they could say at the start, like take some photos or, this is the next song or whatever it is, and give people the opportunity to take specific memories away,
Yeah.
but reduce the having it out the whole time. Because I went to one live show last year and the person in front was actually filming, but on an iPad.
Oh my
And that
God.
was annoying. It was
Okay.
so infuriating because obviously he had to lift it up a little bit because he wanted to get a good view. And it was seated, it was nice, and it was like thingy seated. So I could see right over the top of it. But he was doing like this, trying to get his angles and stuff. And I was just like, for God's sake, I don't understand. And he
Yeah.
filmed the whole thing on his iPad. And then he put it away at the end. So, well, okay, bye. And I'm like, what? Well, I
So why
assume he
on
was
the
filming. He could
iPad?
have been in a call. I know. Well, on the iPad. Oh my God. But it was literally just like this. I was just like, of all the things, all of the ways we
Yeah.
could probably film, and you're like, I'll just take out the biggest thing that I have. It wasn't even a mini, it was just like a regular, like,
Oh my God.
take out the biggest thing. That's not the first time I've seen people filming with iPads, though, but that was the most irritating one because it was just right in
Yeah.
front of me and I could just see the screen. But yeah,
Yeah, that
but yeah,
that that actually sucks.
I think balance is I think that's a good shout.
Yeah, so it's like really difficult to be either on one on the other or the other side. You just have to like
Yeah, I think so. Because really,
yeah, you have to be somewhere in the middle.
deep down, we all secretly want to take our phones, unless we're going to something that we know we don't, not that we don't want to film, but like something that requires you to be more in the moment. I think if you're jumping and singing and stuff, that, yeah, you know what, you should be able to film little bits of joy in your life, considering like how the world looks, right?
Yeah.
Filming at a gig is a little piece of joy. But then if I think about the Candlelight Orchestra, it would have been strange to film that because it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same atmosphere. It was very quiet, very
Yeah.
like a very
I think it also
staid kind of.
depends on the
Yeah,
show and kind of the music that you attend to. So I think each time is different based on the show that you're going to.
yeah. I think in the end, though, I'm actually pro mobile phone, but also pro selected time slots to have them out.
Yeah.
I don't think I would go for a full out ban. I understand that why the artists want to, but I think actually I don't support the decision of not having the phones if people want to be able to.
Yeah, I
But
think so.
with the caveat of, yeah.
I've also read that I don't remember which band was it or which concert, but there was like I've read it. I didn't attend it. I read it that there were like specific zones for people using the phones. So
That's good.
that's actually kind of cool. But on the other hand, if you are with your friends and your friends not gonna use the phone, so they're like in totally different zone than you are, and you're having like the concert only by yourself, even if you want to just like take one video, for example.
That sucks. And also, I wonder if the ticket price was more expensive, as in like the different section for the mobile phones would have the trade off of being more expensive. So
Yeah.
people would be less tempted to use them.
Yeah,
So try and like,
that might be it as well. I don't know though, but that was interesting to be honest, because I haven't seen something like that, and I read it and I was like, wow, that's interesting.
that actually makes sense. So then you know the kind of gig person that you are and how you like to experience live music, and then you could just buy your tickets accordingly. It's just like if you were to buy them for sitting or standing,
Yeah,
whichever your preference is, you just add your mobile thing on. I think that would be cool.
that would be
A
cool,
bit
but I think
complicated.
it should be announced earlier than
Yes.
selling the tickets. Like you should be informed that there are like different zones for people with phones and phones free zones as well. So there should be like an information while buying the concert tickets, or just like when announcing the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that
Okay.
would
Oh
be
my God. We're actually at our half-hour point, and I think we're both pro phones, but maybe with some guidance
restrictions.
or Yeah,
borders.
restrictions and stuff. Yes. Okay. So we'd love to hear what you think. Are you pro phones? Are you against them? Are you pro phones with having restrictions, or do you think people should just be able to film what they want when they want? We'd not. I don't think we'll cover this in the newsletter.
I think not.
I think not. So
I
this is
think it was
just
just like our chat.
yes,
Again.
it is. So yep. Thanks for joining us. I've been Zara.
I've been Julia. Thank you so much.
Cheers. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.